Welcome back to OCG Thursday, baby. The best day of the week. Yeah, actually, that's Market Watcher Day. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on excellent content, right? So today we're going to be looking at the Bishki Bolshkin Bishku, aka Scrap Raptor Go Burr deck. So the entire purpose of this deck is you're going to summon Phantasmal Lord Ultimaya Bish Boy, and then do some cool things from there. So this card's original level is always treated as 12. Cannot be synchro summoned. Must be special summoned from the extract by sending 2 level 8 or higher monsters you control with the same level to the graveyard, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. It cannot be destroyed by card effects. This card gains 1,000 attack for each monster on the field. Once per turn during either player's main phase, you can special summon the same number of Ulti Bishki tokens to each player's field in defense position, as many as possible. So you summon this in the extra monster zone or something like that, you get 5, your opponent gets 5, and this thing gets 1,000 attack for each. So what you're going to do here is you're going to summon this with a Geonator Transverser setup. So this link card and monsters it point to cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card points to 2 monsters, you can switch control of those monsters. So you're going to switch control of Mr. Bishki Boy here to the opponent. You're going to take a token. This thing should have 9,000 attack points, and then you're going to make the Machu Mech here. So once per turn, detach 1 Exceed material from this card to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to its difference between its original attack and its current attack. Alright, so we're going to ping our opponent for 9,000 damage with this because its original attack is 0 versus its current attack, which will be possibly 9,000 depending on the amount of tokens that are on the field. Isn't that great? Alright, that's a lot of combo, but it is in fact in OTK/FTK. Technically, your opponent goes first, you go second. Well, actually, first or second, either way, you can do this. So, it is Scrap FTK. So, you have 2 copies of Adamantipator Researcher, 1 copy of Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring, 1 copy of Block Dragon, I missed this card, 1 copy of Ghost Bell, 2 copies of Jet Sangron, 1 copy of Maxi, 2 copies of Olion, 2 copies of the Nemesis Keystones, triple copies of Scrap Golem. Then we have triple copies of Mr. Scrap Raptor, being able to blow itself up and then drop on out the Scrap Recycler so we can do full Scrap Recycler combo. It's pretty good. We have 1 copy of the World Legacy World Chrono, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 card destruction because we are going to have to unbrick. I think you can kind of tell this deck's got some interesting bricks in it. Triple copies of Crossout Designator, triple copies of Fossil Dig with the 1 Monster Reborn, triple copies of Scrap Factory, triple copies of Scrapyard with 1 Terraforming, and 1 copy of the World Legacy Succession. Extra here we have 1 Scrap Wyvern, 1 copy of Saruji, 1 Link Spider, 1 copy of Lib, 1 copy of Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Geonator Transverser, 1 Firewall Dragon, delicious, 1 Curious Boy, 1 Hulk, 1 copy of Apollosa, 1 Access Code, 1 copy of the Machu Mech, 1 copy of Bishi Boy, 1 copy of Chambara, 1 copy of the Geomathmech Magma. And then we have 2 Lancia, 1 copy of the Pankratops, 2 Drone Lockbird, 1 Kumamungi, 2 Maxi, 1 copy of Nibiru, 1 copy of Skullmeister, 1 Featherduster Triple Lightning Storm, and 1 copy of Red Reboot. Wrapping up Scrap FTK for everybody. How consistent is it? I don't know. How fun is it? Oh, it's actually awesome. I always love seeing degenerate stuff, usually involving Bishki Boy here, and it's kind of interesting every time something new and degenerate really gets a chance to come out of the woodwork with this guy. Next up, we have the Natalia special here. So recently we got the release of Galaxy Eyes Afterglow Dragon here, and I know a lot of people were super excited to get the chance to see this deck shine. And with the release of that new support card, you know, the OCG is really starting to love this. So the only real big difference between this build and, say, the TCG is, of course, the Maxis and the Crossout Designators, but you can adjust and play however you want for that lack of. So keep in mind here that if you control Galaxy Eyes monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense mode, so it extends on out. If this card is detached from as an Exceed material to activate that monster effect, You can take a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which is this good guy here, and you can either equip it or special summon it. And by equip it, I mean make it exceed material. And then if it's during the battle phase that you do that, you can make this, or you can double the attack of all of your number exceed monsters. So you can get some super fat numbers on the board and pressure the opponent. So we have 2 copies of Azure Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of Mr. Galaxy Knight, Mr. Extender Kun, triple copies of Galaxy Soldier because this thing can search literally everything in the deck, 1 copy of the Galaxy Wizard, triple copies of Mr. Galaxy Eyes Afterglow Dragon, triple copies of Galaxy Eyes of Photon Dragon, 2 copies of Maxi, 1 copy of Photon Advancer being our basic starter, triple copies of Mr. Photon Orbital so we can get our searching, triple copies of Mr. Photon Thrasher. This will be our basic starter. Okay, well, you just stick it on the field and summon your next guy. We have triple copies of Mr. Photon Vanisher, triple copies of the Crossout Designator, triple copies of Expedition, 2 copies of Galaxy Trance. Pay 2,000 life points, target a Photon monster in your graveyard. Special summon both it and 1 Galaxy monster from your deck with the same level, both in defense position. If you do, each monster's attack becomes 2,000. Their effects are negated, and you cannot normal summon a special summon monster during this turn. You activate this card except for Photon or Galaxy monsters. Triple copies of the Sanctuary with 1 Rhoda and 2 copies of Mr. Trade-In. Extra deck here we have the 1 Union Carrier. I missed the Buster Whelp, actually. 2 copies of Soul Flare, 1 copy of the Photon Starliege Dragon, 1 Starliege Lord Galaxion, 1 number 90, 1 number 62, 1 number 39 Hope Harbinger, 1 Galaxy Eyes Full Armor, 1 copy of Cypher, 1 Cypher Blade with the 1 Felgrand, the 1 Zeus, the 1 Nova, and the 1 Infinity. Side deck here we have triple Drone Lockbird, 1 Max C, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Skullmeister, 2 Called by the Grave, and triple copies of Lightning Storm, wrapping up Galaxy Eyes for you guys. And last but not least, we have basic Burning Abyss Turbo. We don't quite have triple copies of Sekka's Light, and that kind of stinks, but that's fine. So this is what life would be looking like if we had the chance to maximize and abuse the excellent draw power that is Sekka's Light. So we also have 1 copy of Alich, 1 copy of Lancia, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 Baba, 2 copies of Seer, 2 copies of Didi Crowman, 1 Jackalope, 2 copies of Tsuchinoko, 2 copies of the Drone Lockbird, the 1 Fairy Tale Snow. Do you know how much this card ruins lives? Being able to revive and get a flip face down is absurdity at the end of the day. 2 copies of Farfa, 2 copies of Fiendish Rhino. We also have the 1 Gallus. You'll be able to mill off of the deck and ping your opponent for burn damage, actually. 1 Ghost Bell with 2 Ghost Ogre. Triple copies of Graf, 1 copy of Libic, 2 copies of Maxi with 1 Space Rock, 2 copies of Orbital Hydrolander, 1 Psychic Wielder, 1 copy of Scarm, triple copies of Tour Guide, and we have triple copies of our draw power, the Sekka's Light. Like I said, I know we don't have this, but this is what life would be like. Extra deck, we have 1 Zeroboros, 1 Trisbania, 1 copy of Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 copy of Cherubini, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Access Code, 1 Downard, 1 Zeus, 2 copies of Dante, 2 copies of Beatrice, and then 1 Dante the Pilgrim. Side deck here we have triple Alpha, 1 copy of Lancia, 2 copies of Bigfoot, 2 copies of Denko Rekka, 1 Pankratops, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Lava Golem, 1 Maxi, and 1 Nibiru. You do have to kind of tutor for your things because you do have to meet the conditions for the Orbital Hydrolander, and in addition to, you know, Sekka's Lights, you can't really board in really crazy things unless you're boarding out the other stuff. So the OCG still got some interesting stuff going on. I do like the cool crazy builds and things that they kind of push to adjust between the formats. With that being said, though, this wraps up this version of OCG Thursday for everybody. Like I said, interesting stuff. Their metagame is still continuously surprising me for the Rogue category. And, I mean, hey, scrap go burr. Am I right or am I right? Make sure you guys leave a comment down there. Come on, make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out on more excellent OCG Thursday content. And, guys, keep on smiling. I know it's a really crappy situation going on around the world, but still love each and every one of you. All right, guys, peace out. Have a
Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well,
I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.